Hello, the Calgary market has entered a new phase. The shift away from a seller's market is stronger, and the shift away from balance towards buyers is stronger each month as inventory builds and demand is easing. Here's what happened in September. Sales reached 1,720, down about 14% from last year. Inventory climbed to almost 7,000 properties, the highest September level since 2018. That's a 36% jump year over year. Months of supply hit 4, the first time we've seen that since early 2020. And the benchmark price across all property types dropped to $572,800, down about 4% from last year. Homes are also taking longer to sell. Days on market are up 50% compared to last year. Breaking it down by property type. Detached homes, benchmark price is $749,900, down 1% from last year. Months of supply is 3.73, which is buyer favorable. Semi-detached prices are actually up 0.9% to $684,800 with 3.96 months of supply, buyer favorable. Row and townhomes prices slipped 4.8% to $437,100 with the most September listings we've seen since 2018 and 3.62 months of supply favoring the buyer. And for apartments, benchmark price is at $322,900, down 6.4% from last year. With 4.99 months of supply, this segment currently favors buyers the most. Beyond the overall numbers, Calgary's market is made up of several smaller markets. Different property types, price ranges, and areas are seeing very different levels of supply and price pressure. While the broader market looks quite different from previous years, it's important to remember we're really navigating multiple markets within one. The stats tell an important story, and they're worth paying attention to. So what does all this mean if you're a seller? We're seeing more competition, inventory is up more than 36%, and homes are taking longer to sell. Overpricing by even a little can mean being completely overlooked. Staying ahead of pricing is important. Invest in staging, repairs, and strong marketing. It matters more now than ever. Expect negotiations and stay flexible with your terms. And if you're thinking of waiting until spring, keep in mind acting now could preserve more of your equity before inventory builds further. Now, I get this question all the time. Should I stay on the market or pause and relist next year? Here's the reality. Prices today are already about 4% below last year. Inventory is expected to stay elevated into 2026. If you wait until spring, yes, you might see more buyers, but you'll also be competing with more listings. That can easily offset any seasonal advantage. Looking ahead to spring 2026, if the current trends continue, we'll see the usual bump in sales between March and June. But if inventory remains high, around 4 months of supply or more, prices could still edge lower. Apartments and row homes may even face more pressure, while detached and semi-detached homes might soften slightly. Now, forecasts are never certain, and they are mixed. The good news is most experts agree we're not headed for a crash. Instead, Calgary is simply transitioning back to more normal conditions after several years of rapid growth in an extreme market. Overall, Calgary's economic fundamentals and affordability still puts us in a stronger position compared to major cities like Toronto or Vancouver. So for sellers already on the market, now may actually be the optimal time to sell before competition increases further in 2026. For sellers not yet on the market, if you're not ready to list yet, that's okay. Timing should align with your personal goals, not just trying to outsmart the market. When you do decide to sell, focus on preparation, realistic pricing, and having a clear plan. Real estate, after all, is about lifestyle, timing, and fit. Now for buyers, this is a very different conversation. Opportunities are emerging that we haven't seen in years. Inventory is at a 7-year high, giving buyers more choice and negotiation power. Prices in condo and townhomes have declined, improving affordability, and buyers now have the time to make decisions without the pressure of multiple offers. My final thoughts for sellers. Every week you hold out at an outdated price, the market is moving under you. Calgary's market is repricing in real time. September's prices were lower than August and August lower than July. The sellers are the ones now that have to be competitive. Those who win in declining markets are the ones who lead the curve, not chase it. For buyers, don't wait for the exact bottom. We only know that when we start to come out of it. Buy when the right home comes along and take advantage of today's increased choice and leverage. The Calgary market is not collapsing, it's normalizing. And success right now depends on being realistic, strategic, and well prepared. If you're thinking about buying or selling, you'll need to know what's happening specifically in your area, product, and price range. So please reach out anytime.